Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Mr. Tie-Dye and today we're going to be doing the letter O. I've had a few questions on various letters, and so today I'm going to do the O on a t-shirt. What I'm starting with is a t-shirt that's been soaked in soda ash. It's been spun out. It's barely damp. It's also been centered, so I have just the front of the t-shirt here, the back here. I did that by tucking one sleeve into the other. And I do have a video that I'll put a link to down below. But for now, I'm going to tie this O onto the front and the back, since it's just a fairly basic one. But you could certainly just fold it on just the front if you wanted to. So what I'm going to do is just put the O about 3 inches down from the collar of the neck here. And I have just the outer part of the O drawn here. So this is how I made a template a while back. Actually, I like to make my O just a little bit longer. So I draw my template on. Hopefully you guys can see this. So let me draw a little bit better here. So there's half of an O, and then basically what I'm going to do is just accordion fold along that. Like I say, I'm doing the front and the back of the t-shirt, so I have them folded together here. Main thing is just making sure that you're picking up both the front and the back of the t-shirt when you do your pleats. And then I just pleat and try to line this up as straight as I can on the top. So as I go around the corner here, I just keep twisting the t-shirt just a little bit so that it bunches up correctly. Here's the whole O, and I try to straighten out all of these pleats, get them all lined up nice and neat down here at the edge. I'm going to flip this around and get it tied off. I like to use kite string for mine, but you can certainly put a rubber band or zip tie or whatever is your preference for tying off on there. But if you want to use the kite string, I buy mine from Ace Hardware, and I have a video that I'll put a link to down below in the description on how I use the kite string. It's for the kite string and the sinew. I just did a video for both of those. Okay, so there's the first part of the O. This is the outer part of the O, and then what I do is I measure just kind of a couple inches or a couple finger widths here, and I go down and I just make another tie off. That's why I like to make sure that all of my pleats are nice and straight and coming out here so that I can put another tie on there. And this here is going to be the actual O, the part that goes all the way around. This here is the inside, the middle of the O. So I usually will just wrap that around a few times just so it's nice and snug there, and then I tie this off. Then I'll leave this still tied, and then you can do whatever you want. You could either pleat the rest of this out, continuing your same pleats here. I usually will just give it a scrunch. Sometimes I will put just a little O on the sleeve here, so that's another option. And also, since I tied this front and back, those are both tied up, but if you did just the front, then you could pull the back around and tie something up on the back. So I'm just going to quickly scrunch this. there is the OT. So like I say, this here is the O, the middle of the O, and then the rest of the T. I'm going to get some gloves on, and we're going to come back and throw some color on this. Okay, I'm going to use orange and black to dye mine, so I'm going to make the O in black. So I'm going to start with that, and I'm using just regular dye. This isn't thickened dye. So usually what I like to do is start in the middle of the section and leave a little bit of white in between the spaces here of my two tied lines, and let that dye spread a little bit on its own first. And then I come back and touch that up if needed. And then I'm going to use orange in the middle of the O and then around the outer edge. Alright, and then the rest of the T I'm going to dye just in a scrunch pattern in orange and black. So I'm going to lay my black down first and then fill in with orange, and then I'm going to come back and touch this up. And there is the OT. So we're going to let this batch for 48 hours, and then you'll see the results in about 2 seconds. Thank you for watching. Okay, it's been 48 hours. It's time to open this tea up and see what we got. Alrighty, let's open it all the way. Alrighty. Here is the O. And we did it on the front and the back. So we'll get this washed and posted later.